Hello everyone and welcome once again on my YouTube channel Unlock IELTS with Richa. Today in this video we are going to learn how to answer the line graph essay in your IELTS Writing Task 1 academics paper. But before starting, do subscribe to my YouTube channel for the latest IELTS updates and don't forget to leave your feedback in the comment section below. To begin with, first of all we'll see what a typical line graph essay looks like. Then we'll have a look on the essay structure which you need to follow while writing an essay in your IELTS Writing Task 1. Then we'll understand the marking criteria or what are the parameters which you need to fulfill in order to score the desired band. Then we'll understand what are the steps which you need to follow while planning an essay in your examination. Then we'll implement those strategies by taking a sample question. And lastly, we'll see what are the common mistakes which you need to avoid in order to score the higher band in the IELTS Writing Task 1. So stay tuned to this video till the end in order to learn all about the Writing Task 1 in the academics paper. As you can see on the screen, this is a sample example for the line graph essay for your IELTS Writing Task 1. The question has got 3 parts. Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3. Part 1 is all about the introductory information of the question. It involves the information included in the X's, time period and other details. Part 2 actually tells you that what you are supposed to do with all the information given in the question. As it states, you need to summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. And third part of the question is always the graphic. In this case, we have the line graph. Now comes one of the most important part, structure. You need to follow a logical structure while writing the summary of the question. You can follow either of the structure. You need to start with the introduction paragraph, followed by the 2 body paragraphs, and lastly the overview. Or you can start with the introduction paragraph, followed by the overview paragraph, and then your body paragraphs. In order to score the higher band in the writing task, it is very important that you should understand what is the marking criteria involved for the writing test. There are 4 parameters on which your writing skills will be assessed, and these are task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resource or vocabulary, grammatical range and accuracy. As each criteria is equally weighted, so you can't ignore one for the other. In order to understand these criteria in detail, you can refer to the link given in the description part of this video. Now comes the most important question to answer, that how you should plan your IELTS Writing Task 1 in the academics paper. Well, there are broadly 3 steps involved which will help you to plan your IELTS Writing Task 1 and score the desired band. The first step says that you need to analyze the question. That means you need to correctly identify the type of question and understand all the instructions, figures, facts and the excess information. Second step involves that you need to identify the main features. That means always pick only 2 or 3 main trends given in the graph and you need not to worry about the other details. Third step involves that you need to brainstorm all the ideas and vocabulary related to the graph, keeping the essay structure in mind, which is you begin with the introduction, which involves paraphrasing of the question. Then comes your overview paragraph. That means herein you are writing the overall summary of the chart. You need not mention any trend in the overview paragraph, just the overall trend of the chart. And then comes your detailed paragraphs. Here you are actually going to elaborate all those main points which you picked up in the second step. Now is the time to implement planning strategies which we learned in this videos by taking a sample question. As you can see on the screen, the question says, the graph below gives information from a 2008 report about consumption of energy in the USA since 1980 with projections until 2030. You need to summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words and then there is your graph. Now let's implement the planning strategies on the question. The first step involves analysis of the question. Clearly, the graph says it is a line graph. Y-axis represents fuel units in quadrillion. X-axis represents years from 1980 to 2030. Second step involves identification of the main features. And here I have identified 2 main features. The rise in consumptions of petrol and oil and coal within the given period. Almost constant trend shown by nuclear, solar, wind and hydropower. The third step involves brainstorming of all the ideas and vocabulary related to the graph, keeping the essay structure in mind. and it involves your introduction, overview paragraph, and the detailed body paragraphs. Introduction is all about the paraphrasing of the information given in the question. And here it says, the graph shows energy consumption in the US from 1980 to 2012 and projected consumption to 2030. For an overview paragraph, it says, overall, the US will continue to rely on fossil fuels with sustainable and nuclear energy sources remaining relatively insignificant. And now comes the detailed body paragraphs, wherein you are going to elaborate the main features which you have identified in the step 2. As you can see on the screen, this is a sample answer for the same question which we discussed in this video. Now it's time to learn what are the common mistakes which you need to avoid in order to score the desired band. First common mistake is that you end up doing the incomplete analysis of the data. That means you study the x-axis, y-axis, but you fail to establish the connection between the two axes information. Next mistake is writing explanation for the data. That means you are writing the hypothetical or the imaginary explanation for the change in information given in the graph. You are not at all required to do that. The third mistake is that you forgot to write the overview paragraph. It's very important that you should write the overview paragraph either after the introduction paragraph or at the end of the summary. Next mistake is that you end up writing each detail or each trend mentioned in the graph. I have already highlighted that you are only required to pick 2 or 3 main trends in the whole graph, and you are supposed to write in the detailed body paragraphs about that. The next mistake is that you exceed the word limit. Although there is no upper cap that how much words you should write, but you should always stick between 160 to 180 words. As this word limit is healthy enough, will give you enough time to plan your structure, write your answer, proofread your answer, and further score the desired band. The next mistake is the illogical structure. It always happens when you don't spare a couple of minutes in planning your essay, keeping the essay structure in mind. And lastly, not planning before writing. It is very crucial to plan your answer before starting writing in order to avoid confusion and mistakes while writing. If you like the content in this video, don't forget to drop your feedback in the comment section below. Also, you can reach me on fb.com/unlockieltswithricha. For more such videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and share these videos for the other IELTS aspirants. Until then, all the best.